Your Excellency, I'm deeply humbled on behalf of the men, women, and officers of the Broadcasting Foundation. We stand here this morning to give you few statements to show gratitude and congratulatory messages about the appointment as the chairperson of the Authority of Heads of State of the ECOWAS Commission of West African States. Your Excellency, such appointment is not surprising to us at all. From ascending to the UN Security Council on permanent membership, coming down to the ECOWAS, the regional chairperson, it was just the right action.
Your Excellency, the President, the town leader, Dr. Julius Maada Bio, the First Lady, Dr. Fatima Bio, permit me to stand on protocols already established to make a few statements on behalf of the Sierra Leoneans. As I sat down there for the past 1 hour, I kept humming under my breath a very popular Christian chorus, which says, "Today and the day, we tell God thank you for what you do for we." As a country, we have to thank God for the president we have now. We have seen many presidents in our time, but this one stands out clearly as a president with a distinction. A president who has added value to. I believe he is coming into the presidency for the second time. In the first time, he came as a military officer. It was during that time that he hatched his own dream. Like Anna Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." From the time he was in the leader, he had a dream for this country. Now he had a chance to go for the second time, and this is a chance for him to fulfill his dreams, to realize his dreams. This country owes His Excellency a great depth of gratitude. The gratitude is we have to celebrate. This is a president who has put Sierra Leone on the limelight. In 2008, I went to Botswana on the course, Strategic Leadership.
Our flag, and don't care we go ECOWAS. Ladies and gentlemen, Alhaji Musa Timothy Kaba, Sierra Leone Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Your Excellency, the bare-footed boy from Sogwini, Chipko. And I dare make mention of this phrase on the 22nd of June, after a grueling several hours of contemplation, deliberations that led to the election of His Excellency, resoundingly to become the chair of the authority of ECOWAS, heads of state and government. I came to His Excellency and whispered in his ears. I delivered a paper, and on this paper was written, "The bare-footed boy from Sogwini, Chipko." And His Excellency looked at me and smiled. But you know, it was a very serious moment. A very serious moment because a little over 2 decades ago, Sierra Leone was on every menu of multilateral institutions that deal with peace and security. Today, His Excellency, through his visionary leadership, Sierra Leone is in the United Nations Security Council. And what we also forget, that Sierra Leone is also a member of the African Union Peace and Security Council, which is the continental architecture for the maintenance of peace and security on the African continent. His Excellency, in a world that's in depletion of leaders, a world that's in depletion of leadership, has emerged as one of those voices that call for maintenance of international peace and security and respect of international law and international humanitarian law. In the Security Council, every night or week, I will get to His Excellency with messages from the Security Council, votes to vote in support of principled decisions on global peace and security. And the principled way is humanity. Your Excellency, I can stay here and give testament to the leader that you are, but the most striking characteristic of your good side, Your Excellency, is your level of humility in your leadership. As Minister of Foreign Affairs, my job is very easy because the President himself is very steeped in international relations. He understands international relations to the extent that when I'm penning down recommendations to the president, I'm always hesitant because he's miles away in international relations. But working with His Excellency this past couple of years, I have learned a lot. I am humbled. Mr. President, congratulations. You have taken up this leadership at a very difficult time, not least because our sub-region is proud with extra constitutional takeover of government, not least because our sub-region is replete with terrorism, not least because our sub-region is confronted with the convulsions of climate change and climate-induced food panic. But Your Excellency, this appointment at this critical time is a testament to your leadership that has proven over time that you show your prowess, your leadership during crisis. I have no doubt that this leadership will change ECOWAS, will improve on the integration of our sub-region. And you know what? The first person
Parliament, the top on behalf of the Parliament, all the arms of government, Mr. Peterson.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Madam First Lady, leaders and members of Parliament, ministers, invited guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Mr. President, I stand here today to congratulate you on your election as chairman of the ECOWAS Heads of State and Government. Your Excellency, the President, let me state very clearly that this nation is proud of you. Some people may tend to forget, or some may pretend to forget, but let me state that this nation will ever remain to remember your name. You have done so well for this nation. To start with, let me refer to the UNCs that this nation has had, and of course we now have you as chairman of the ECOWAS Heads of State and Government.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. One country, one people, one Maada Bio, one Sierra Leone. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't call it bias because I get this occasion. Their Excellency, the First Lady, Mr. Speaker of Parliament, Mr. Leader of Parliament, ministers, and the whole lady that I am. They say, let people never get good things, they don't know. Pass the way, don't go. It happened with Jesus Christ. Not so? Now we don't know. 2,000 years till they church today, we will pray for them. Not so? The people have been stood down. It happened with your presence. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They never Namaka, not so? Now you go Medina. When they don't realize, now better thing they get, now the Mecca people go take her, pray and come. With Boku fine. Your Excellency, Madam First Lady, colleagues, members of government, we even ran slash dinner, the protectors of the realm. Thank you for being here. Now this country, I don't talk them several times, and I talk them again today. And I want to know Makam. Like how Speaker they talk to me. Say some people they pretend to forget. But there is history in Sierra Leone. Check out Magona. I don't see you back. I do. I don't see you. This country, we don't get episodes of heroism. Episodes of heroism in cycles of 100 years. 100 years. and come today, when I look at the chronology and tell me it's not when the history books they say. Let me start 1580. That I tell that way in the man. When we go by Farmer Tammy in Akoya, it was a huge hero. 100 years later, in 1680, the Portuguese they come. They want to go attack the riverine areas of the Potloko River, the Bancasoka River, and Roque. Chief by Adam Kabak, he stopped them. He said, "What do they go do?" He said, "They go buy slaves for carry." So now they go inside. If you want to trade, you trade here at the coast. Now you push them go now, Bones Island and prepare. And then you go. That's 100 years. 100 years later, 1787, the British they come. They want to seize the peninsula for put the captives, enslave them. 9 and Vanna. They say no. We own this land. These people who you bring, now we own people them. But if you want to settle them, we for go into agreement. We forced the British to sign a lease for the western area. That was 100 days later. Not so? 1787. Another 100 years. Then same British people that wake up. They want more forceful people that were applying say, we us the way we build, we for pay the tax to the Queen in England. How? Now everybody say, well, I mean don't build the house. Now grass are put there. I don't say this should win. If I can pay rent, now me house. They say no, we say to God with the feds. That was the other way. 100 years later, not so. That was when? 1898. Not so. Now listen. 1898 to 1996, now almost years. Not to 100 years. Not to who get President Maada Bio. We go put for the Sakona Bush. We break Canada. They say no, not fair. Not so. We do not family, not so. They say no, stop fucking with people, not so. You want power? You don't get up by fighting me. Say because me a soldier. I will not agree. But I will share with you. So can I talk? And that talk there, now lead to the Nobel Convention, who will get peace today, who will sit down in this country. Not so? Mr. Deputy Speaker, not so?
Leader, but that doesn't mean that leader is a good person. But you're a good person, and you're a great leader, and you're a mentor, and you are somebody who helps in promoting other people's vision. You are not a dictator. You are a provider. You are the man who believes that leadership is not from the front, but leadership is carrying everybody along with you. And I am a testimony of that because I live with you and I know the things that you are capable of doing. On my own personal behalf, I want to say thank you for not only loving me, but for giving me the strength and for, you know, when I go wrong, you are always there to say this one is wrong. And when I get it right, I look at your face and I see you smile and I know I've done the right thing. Thank you. Thank you for not only being my husband, but being a great mentor and a wonderful leader. I am so proud to say I serve under a leader that has a vision, and a leader that carries the vision along, and a leader that makes sure the vision is accomplished. May God continue to keep you safe. May God continue to provide for you, and that your legacy will stand the test of time, and that every one of us that went through your mentorship will actually make you proud in the future. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to present to you the love of my life. The chairman of ECOWAS and the president of the Republic of Sierra Leone, retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio.
The Chief of Staff and the IG, senior officers, both of ASLAF and SLP, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me start by saying a big thank you to all of you. I am here because you trusted in my promises I made to you and voted me as your leader, not only once, but twice. Except for those who are still fighting for electoral justice, we are going ahead and celebrating and doing great things, not only in Sierra Leone, but around the world. I want to say that I stand before you and have been trained, informed through two institutions, the Board School and the Armed Forces of Sierra Leone. I'm proud that my colleagues are here in their numbers, and I want to say thank you. You are not politicians yet, but you could be one day. I am the trailblazer, and I'll show you that when you take off your uniform, you can be better politicians. So don't come with the uniform. And with that gun. Quite a lot has gone on, ladies and gentlemen, and as a country, we should be proud of ourselves. I have always said, and I, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, let me say so again. We are great people in this country. We have not manifested our greatness because we have not had the leadership. All of what I have done so far are things that I promised I will do. There's nothing I have done that I did not promise. That is why for me, why I appreciate you coming together to celebrate this and to say thank you. I see this as fulfilling a promise that I made to this country. Many said he doesn't know anything. He doesn't even have a degree. He doesn't have money. He cannot live. He cannot go out. Well, that is why I don't only live within Sierra Leone, I live outside of Sierra Leone. And this has taken quite a lot of work to clean up our image as that country which was termed as one of the most corrupt countries, where pregnant women were destined to die. You had a 50% chance to die if you became pregnant. Where nobody wanted to deal with us. I've had to, in the past 7 years, clean up that image so that we can shine as a small nation and to be elected to the Security Council after 53 years of absence. And to be trusted to lead the West African region when we have been there for 50 years. And none of our leaders have the audacity to vie for the leadership and say, we can lead. That is not fair to this country, I must say. We are elected to represent you. And we should have the audacity, the strength to say, my people are part of this region, and therefore we should lead. All other countries have led 3 or 4 or 5 times. But never in the history of ECOWAS has Sierra Leone been elected chair of the authority of SLP. There are quite a lot of facts that we have forgotten so quickly, and I'm happy that the Honorable Alpha Kanu reminded us that maybe we celebrate and talk about these things when we are still alive. That will strengthen us, that will boost our morale as a people. And also, our self-esteem, especially for our children, in whom we are investing so much so that they can raise this nation to greater heights. Today, I'm proud to say that we have accomplished this all together. And I feel propelled again and energetic to go for more, because Sierra Leone deserves better. Sierra Leone deserves better. And we are a great people. We only need to work together and not in silos. And we need that leadership, that mentorship. And that is what I have been providing. And I want to assure you that I will continue to inspire this young generation of leaders. Many I have encouraged to come on board and not to sit on the fringes and think that the world is going to do it for us. We have to do it for ourselves. And for we, the politicians, let's be good politicians. Let the people be at the fore of whatever we want to do in the public space. Then and only can we benefit in a very short time. So ladies and gentlemen, I say thank you for coming together. So when we talk, we do it. I want to encourage all of us. I cannot accomplish this, and no leader coming in future will be able to do this all alone. We have to do it together. When I lead, I show direction, and it is left with us all to follow that direction. If you trust in my leadership, and in my judgment, and in my temperament, which have shown great fruits to date, we will be heading for greater things. I'm not saying this to flatter you, but I see a lot of potential in people in this country. But we are always working in silos or diametrically opposed to the good forces that exist among us. We should support that which is good and oppose as hard as possible and as vehemently as possible that which we think is not good for our country. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud and honored to be your leader. And I started off by saying that I've been formed, trained by two institutions only. Maybe I will add a third one. The Board School, the Army, and now you. Yes, politics is about talking. You have to talk. But this is part of my own leadership style. When you talk, I read what you say, and I also try to understand what you don't want to say. So this is how I learn. When you talk too much, I can read. You create a window into yourself, and I can read those things you are hesitant to say or don't want to say at all. Permit me to lead with my own leadership style. I will talk when it is necessary, but I will act even when you are sleeping. And all my actions are in the best interest of this country. Because we are trained to put our own lives on the line. That was the first job I did. I fought at the front. I'm only fortunate to be standing here. Most of my colleagues have been buried over 25 years ago. So I consider myself blessed. So right from the outset, I had offered my life for this nation. So I'm not the typical politician that you know. I'm not seeking power for the sake of power, but I'm seeking power for the sake of the people. And in the 21st century, the best way you can save a nation, the best way you can take care of people is to give them the best form of education. Ladies and gentlemen, we will never lead as a nation if we do not.
We say you be Sudan, you go offend them. You tell them back home.